In this video, I'm going to cover all the concepts related to significant figures. Now, it is important to have a good grip on it, reason being that in CIEs, we are supposed to give all our final answer correct to 3 significant figures. You'll find this written on the very first page of your question paper. 3 significant figures, unless of course it is stated otherwise. And all the angles are supposed to be given correct to 1 decimal place. All the angles should be given correct to 1 decimal place, unless of course stated otherwise. So let's say we have a number 2000 and you want to figure out how many significant numbers is this. So one important rule to remember is that all your trailing zeros are zeros that come after the end, right after a non-zero number. These are your trailing zeros. All your trailing zeros are considered insignificant. So in this number, since you only have one non-zero digit, this number is correct to 1 significant figure. If I have a number, let's say 5 million, million has 6 zeros. This number also has only 1 significant figure. However, if a number like 2008 pops up, so now all these zeros will instantly be considered significant. Any amount of zeros that happen to be in between 2 non-zero numbers are to be considered significant, which is why this number contains 4 significant figures. All the numbers are significant. However, if you have a number like, let's say 2005900, this number has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures. Now, when it comes to decimal, it's slightly different than non-decimals. Let's say you have a number like 0.00002. Now, these zeros are to be called leading zeros. The zeros that come first are considered leading zeros, and the zeros that come right after a non-zero number are considered trailing zeros. So all your leading zeros in a decimal are insignificant. Which is why this considered, insignificant should be written here. Which is why this number contains only 1 significant figure. So if I give you a number like 0.000934000, this number has all these digits are insignificant. Like I said, all leading zeros are to be considered insignificant. However, in a decimal, all the trailing zeros, meaning that all the zeros that come after a non-zero digit, are to be considered significant. So this number contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 significant figures. Let's do another example. Let's say you have a number such as 1.00943. Now this number, although it contains 2 zeros, but since these zeros happen to be in between 2 non-zero numbers, so they are all to be considered significant, which is why this number contains a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures. So now let's just do an example. Let's say I give you a number such as 578492. This is just a random number. Currently it is correct to 6 significant figures. Now let's say I ask you to round it off to 5 significant figures. So basically, if you want to round it off to 5 significant figures, all these numbers, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, the first 4 numbers will stay the same, But now the debate is whether this 9 is going to stay 9 or whether we will add 1 to it, in which case the last 3 digits will become 500. So now since we have a 92 here, which is definitely closer to 90 than it is to 100, so that means this 9 will stay as it is, and here we have this number rounded off to 5 significant figures. Now let's say I want to round off the same number, and by the same number I mean this number, to 4 significant figures. Okay, so now the debate is 5, 7, 8 again will stay the same. So as I said, now the debate is whether this number will stay 400 or whether it will become 500. Now since we have a 492 here, which is definitely closer to 500 than it is to 400, therefore we will round it off to 578,500. Now let's round the same number to 3 significant figures. So here we have, let's go back to red, 578,000. Now again the debate is whether it's going to stay 578,000 or whether it will become 579,000. Now if I look at this number entirely, it's 578,492. So that means it is definitely closer to 578,000 than it is to 579,000. Therefore, this is what it will be rounded off to. Now let's round the very same number to 2 significant figures. So now where this 5 will stay as it is, of course. Now we have two options here, either to keep this 7 as 7 only or to turn it to 8. Now since this is 578,000, so 78,000 is of course closer to 80,000 than it is to 70,000. So here it is rounded off to 2 significant figures. And then finally 1 significant figure, so that means either we can keep it as 500,000 or round it up to 600,000. Now 578,000 is definitely closer to 600,000. So here we have it rounded off to 1 significant figure.